you guys, I've got another recipe for you today for tortitas de papa. It is a meatless meal. It is super easy and cheap to make, and plus the kids love it. I'm going to show you how to do it in today's video. I needed some non-copyrighted music, but I couldn't find any, so I had to make my own, and I have no idea what I'm doing. The ingredients I used is about 2 pounds of potatoes, half a cup of diced onion, 2 cups of shredded cheese, 5 eggs, and 1 teaspoon of salt. So the first thing that I have going is potatoes. I just cut them up and put them into room temperature water, and I'm slowly bringing them to a boil without salt, because if you put salt into your potatoes while they're boiling, it's just gonna keep them hard for a longer amount of time, meaning that you'll have to boil them for a longer amount of time. And by starting with the room temperature water and cutting them up, it will not only cook faster, but cook thoroughly, because the outside temperature is starting out as the same time as the inside temperature. So they will cook in the inside just as evenly as the outside. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes that these have been boiling, and I am going to check them with a fork. And you want to do this with a fork because the knife is easier to slide through. If you do it with a fork, then you know for sure that your potatoes are ready and these are about done. So after draining the water and while they're still hot, that's the perfect time to toss your salt in. The next step is adding the eggs. I'm just going to add them directly to the potatoes. So far, the only thing that we have in here is our salt. So I'm going to add these directly to the potatoes, and then I will start smashing. I ended up using a total of 5 because I didn't want to have to roll each tortita out. I just wanted to have a scoopable mixture that I could go ahead and put directly into the pan. So smashing that up, the next thing that I'm going to do is add my diced onion. This is about a half a cup of diced onion. You can add more or less according to your own taste. And I'm just going to continue to smash that up. Next, I'm going to be shredding about 2 cups of mozzarella cheese, and really you can use any kind of cheese. Sometimes the kids like cheddar cheese. It all depends on what I have in the fridge, but I'm planning on making chile rellenos and pizza, so this is what I have on hand right now, and I am just going to add this directly to the potato mixture. We have that all in the bowl. We're just going to give everything a good stir, and there's my baby. He's stealing the cheese off the counter. I'm telling you, they always take the cheese no matter what I just can't get around it. The cheese is gone. Sneaky. Here, let me cut you a piece, okay? That should take care of him for a while. Okay, so my mixture is a little bit drier than I want, so I'm going to go ahead and add a couple eggs, and the consistency that I am looking for is just something that is scoopable and that I can be able to put right into the frying pan without having to scoop it into my hands and form the little tortita. So however many eggs that takes for you to reach about this creamy consistency might be different. For me, I used 5. And also a quick reminder, while we're messing around with the consistency of this, let's go ahead and get the oil heating. The oil that I'm using here is just a corn oil. You can use any oil that you want, and the temperature that I have this on is about a medium high. Again, we want to make sure that the middle of the torta gets cooked, not just the outside, so that's why we're working with a little bit of a lower heat to make sure that it gets cooked on the inside and the outside. As I'm filling my pan, you might notice that when I scoop, I also press down with the spoon on the middle of the torta. That's just to give it a nice flat shape, so that way we can get an even cook through the whole entire little torta. And while these are cooking, I am going to start preparing the tomato salsa. the tomato salsa, I ended up using 4 garlic cloves. That's a lot. If you don't like a lot of garlic, drop it down 2 or 3. I used 4 Roma tomatoes, a thick slice of onion, half a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, and about a half a cup of water. Plus, I took a little bit of oil from our tortita and just stuck it into the pan to fry my salsa. Alright, while the salsa is going in the blender, I'm just going to go ahead and give these a quick flip. These are looking really good. They're going to taste really, really delicious. They have a nice fry on there, which is perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip these over. I've got some oil heating in a different pot so that we can fry our salsa. So here it is. The salsa is done blending, and I'm just going to add this to the really hot oil to fry it up. Alright guys, we're almost done. These tortitas are just about done. What I'm going to do is toss the jalapeno in here because my husband likes it and the kids don't, so I didn't add it to the salsa. I'm just going to stick it in the oil real quick to give it that nice cooked flavor. So if there's one person in your family that likes the spicy while the rest of everybody doesn't, then this is a good way to serve it up instead of just serving like a raw one. This is a good way to serve it up. Anyways, I am flipping the tortitas on the side just to drain a little bit of oil back into the pan, and these are just about done. The salsa is still yet cooking, and we will know that the salsa is ready when the color changes from a light pink to a deep red. I will show you. So here's the salsa, and you can see that when we started it had a lighter color, but if after you heat it up, I cranked it up on high because I want this done now, and I'm stirring it like crazy, and you can see that the color has deepened, so we are ready to go. I have the tortitas on the plate already, and you can put the tortitas into the tomato sauce if you want, or you can scoop it onto the plate how I'm doing here. I chose to scoop it onto the plate just because I wasn't sure how the kids were going to eat this one this time. I didn't know if they were going to be picky or not. This is a meal that they eat usually without complaint, but I've noticed sometimes, especially lately, that they like to be picky, and if I give them the choice of having the sauce or on top or not, they're usually more inclined to eat it and try it first and then try the salsa, so I keep it separate. So here I am just taking out the jalapeno out of the frying pan and just putting this right onto the plate, and that basically completes the salsa. It's kind of a deconstructed salsa, but at least my husband still gets that spicy element. Alright guys, the last thing that I do to plate this up is put some sour cream on top, and you can serve it up with some shredded lettuce on the side or a little salad, but we've kind of been snacking throughout the day, so this is our like second dinner-ish type thing. But anyways, that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. It's really, really easy, super delicious. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it here to the end. I love you guys. I especially enjoy hearing from you guys and hearing your thoughts, so please don't forget to leave a comment down below. I needed some non-copyrighted music, but I couldn't find any, so I had to make my own, and I have no idea what I'm doing.